All right, here we go again. Apparently, some 24-year-old was caught attending high school. Another mess. Right. Just those watchers really don't watch like they say they do. Just playing their game out. Correct. Thanks, sorry. Yeah, I don't know what they plan for the Marines to do. Don't see anything pertinent there. In any of the news articles. So the woman said that the battery on this lasts 24 hours. I don't know if she's knowledgeable or not on that model. It's rated at 51, depending, on several factors. But from what I can tell, it hasn't budged. And because she's going, well, don't use the edge all the time, which is the deep neural AI or whatever it is. And I'm thinking, I'm only going to need it at the most probably like 16 hours a day. Right. And taken away from 51, that's a lot of takeaway. So I don't think. Right. I don't think that's accurate. Clean my toaster here. Satan tried to take out my toaster. I turned on the wrong burner. I had it laying on my stove and I turned on the wrong burner. Cleaning off the stove now. Big stovester. I already bought new things, where they I don't know what they call them, pans, right? Burner pans, but that's for when I leave. Right. Just clean these out. It's kind of weird in these hearings. It's much different. They say the hearing is much more natural. I kind of think that. But again, my hearing was so screwed up that I don't even know what natural is. Yeah, they didn't do it right in my life. I was a good guy. I went everywhere I went in good faith. I have no inklings of having sex with anybody outside of wedlock. I had no inklings of taking advantage of anybody. Because it's not me. I don't do that kind of thing. I've never done that kind of thing. Right. But I've had it done to me. I've had people play me and all that. So that's kind of how they might make it look like that. Right. Now, there's no honesty in the world left. Again, this may have been the last test, Right. There may not be any other way to fix the planet. You'll have your jollies messing with me until the day I die, but after that, all bets are off. Nah, I could have a great life. It's been very easy. Right. Well, doesn't the wording in KJV strike you as odd? God will not strive to be with man forever. Do you think maybe that sends a different message than what we originally perceived at least? Do you think? Thank you, Ed. God, after I woke up, that comes in pretty regular. Now, God hasn't been able to provide anything direct, but the inference is there. Right. Well, I think we've hit that point. God will not strive to be with man forever. Right. It's the wording is like way out. There's like an inference in it, which means God may have loaded it. So I see the feds took over the investigation out there on that missing father. For me, I'm surprised you haven't found his body. Because those kind of cases, that's usually how it ends. Right. And if he killed himself, it can be difficult finding it. Thank you, Larry. No, I mean, I can't even imagine doing that. That's so far out there. Right. Nice possession, I guess, and I shouldn't be surprised. Well, people in the United States work for foreign powers inside, so his life may have been screwed off by people working for, the enemies of the United States. So he's a prior veteran. So any veteran can end up suffering some sort of mental breakdown like that. People I work with work for foreign governments. I know it for sure. I just don't know if it's physical. Once I woke up, I could look back and figure everything out. Thanks, Larry. No, I don't think I bought the degreaser. Should have bought the degreaser. I don't think this thing. Thank you, Larry. All right. And I'm going to put the new ones on there. I don't like the look of those. The Lord said no. Thank you, Lord. Lord said just wash these out. Well, I only have another few months in this apartment. I wish I'd have moved out. I probably never would have got that sick. I couldn't get to it. Couldn't think about it. I was just like, I was like really moving on the arc and building that base for the arc. Yeah, I got no idea why my stuff paralleled Elon Musk in like the early part of this millennium. I have no idea. Right. No, I was thinking about space travel. And Bezos, I guess, to a certain degree, was thinking about space travel. Right. That's nice. They're trying to block my broadcast. Trying to pull the mic out with their minds. Well, the Lord kind of said, you know, they wasted and squandered it all, so much for their prayers. Ain't worth a rat's ass. A lot of people stole my stuff, it's obvious. I don't know if anybody's ever even heard me. It could be just a bunch of people sitting in some freaking control room for social media. Right. And selling it to everyone. But God will deal with it, believe you me. If they don't mind going to hell, then God doesn't mind sending them there anyway, but I never told you stealing someone's life will send you to hell, right? Never told you that? No one ever told you that? Thanks, Larry. Well, I guess it's pretty simple to surmise. Where's the stainless steel cleaner? Turn all the burners on. Where did my stainless steel cleaner go? No, I had it and I put it somewhere. I was just looking at it last week. Again, for cleaning like stainless steel sinks and stuff, nothing beats, what's this stuff called again? Perfect Sink is absolutely perfect. Right. I can't believe I can't find the stainless steel cleaner. So, yeah, I gotta do some laundry here. Is this it here? There it is. So I don't know, I don't know how loud to put my hearing aid. Like, this sounds like too quiet, but I think my other hearing aid is too loud. He was saying that's how Costco sets it loud, because they're trying to force your hearing to, they're trying to force your hearing not to, or you're right, not to, they try to like level it off is what they're doing. Instead of having the, you know, one louder than the other. Right. Trying to get it to not compensate so much. Yeah, that's pretty gross up there. I did a lot of stuff in this apartment to fix it back up. I always do. Because they use cheap stuff in these apartments. Got some nice kitchen, what do they call that? The stuff that goes at the bottom. The the original was all nasty. So I got matching vinyl. I'm sure that's how they fix it. All right. Look at the base of the cabinet. They put like you know, wood-looking cardboard. So I bought the real deal. Right. I had that in for last inspection. They already saw that. It's real nice. Baseboard, that's what they call it. Right. So I bought some vinyl baseboard instead of that cheap crap. It was already affected, you know, it's only lasts so many years. Right. Especially if you mop your floors or get some water on the floor. It's just cardboard. So I spent some duckies. And some nice heavy duty vinyl baseboard. I think it's wood grain, just like that is. Can't remember what it looks like. You can't really see it, but yeah. Yeah, it's wood grain. It's really nice compared to what was there. It's like kiddie furniture. You know, you buy something for your kid, it's all cheap stuff. Yeah, if I had to do it again, I probably would have moved up to Shawnee, maybe even to Kansas City. I don't know what got me out of living in the city, but I guess because I was harassed in the city. Right. Make sure. They're going back and forth. Who treats National Guardsmen worse? That's horrible. You know who those people throwing the stone are? It's nice for an Islamic woman to throw stones at a police car. Big brick, big concrete brick. See, what they don't know is you can actually identify most people on that bridge. Even the Islamic woman with her face covered, because she's going to go home. And you can track her with the cameras. You know, that's the thing. I don't know what, you know, I don't know if the state's going to do anything to them because they generally don't. Right. Thank you, Larry. But every one of those people generally could be tracked. Thanks, Larry. Agreed, Larry. Well, I wish they'd have gave me 3 days to clean this like they did last time. Could be Satan's stance, but then again, somebody could be messing around. I guess it's still Satan's stance because they take a stand with Satan. This one actually sits better on my ears than the other ones. For some reason, the second pair I got didn't sit as well as the first pair. So I got an appointment next week for corticosteroid trigger point shots, I think. So I'm gonna have to touch base with that doctor and explain to him what's going on. Just can't believe I didn't even think of taking aspirins. I couldn't get anywhere, man. I could not get anywhere to save my life. I knew ibuprofen didn't work. He had an ulcer, and the doctor said don't take aspirin, and it just was stupid the way they were acting. I mean, oh, your blood's so thin. I'm glad you're not bleeding in the gums. I took like 3 aspirin, 300 milligram aspirin. So if you're at 25, I'm like. It's like people are nuts. Right, they're on somewhere around that bridge are cameras, and maybe directly watching them. I don't know. And then they can just track them walking. But again, LA might just let them get off the hook. Right. They're so freaking funny. I mean, that's what a lot of the work is looking at those traffic cams and stuff. So, you know, it's a lot of work. I don't know how much AI they have into that. It should be AI by now. You show AI who you're looking for, and it should find them on all the cameras. I don't know if you did that. I asked you to do it years ago. All right. Ugh. Ugh. Wish I dipped out of this apartment last time the lease was up. Probably would have had a better life. I mean, if I'd actually took aspirin in Tyler, I probably would have got better. I believe. Everybody's body works different, right? So the steroids should work pretty good because it's stronger than aspirin. Right? It should release everything, and then hopefully, I'm supposed to have physical therapy tomorrow, but I can't get to it now because of this thing. I'm not gonna risk leaving here and have them show up while it's gone. I meet them when they come in for these things. So where is this where the white vehicle shot the paintball? Like when did that happen? See, they're radicalizing. Right. That's what that is. You catch anybody online radicalizing them? They're trying to will me down. Nunez! Now I'll be working until probably 11 doing this. Won't be back in the gym, so call off the the crew that was going to go in tonight and try to make me feel paranoid. Nunez! That'll work. I think I forgot to take my potassium, magnesium earlier today. I got a pretty good regimen right now. That raw news alert works pretty good. Correct. Agreed theory. Thank you, Larry. All right, I might go out of range. I don't know. Got my keys. She put the open domes on there. I might call her to tell her to go with the closed domes. I like the sound on the closed open dome. It can give you some feedback if you turn it up real high. Might give us little problems when I eavesdrop. So it's actually my money. Pressure down so I can drink caffeine again. I guess I'm not so. Amphetamine prescription over drinking a cup of coffee or tea. Actually, tea, no. Give me amphetamine. I I can't find that. So because my hearing aid was up so high on the other one, it's kind of weird. All right. Like like when you first lose, get the hearing drop down. Oh, there it is. It's over there. Yeah, it's really nice. It came with a case and all sorts of stuff. But when your hearing goes down, you get a little paranoid till you want it up. Well, I think it was too high. Can't believe an Islamic woman in a hijab, full garb, throwing like a concrete brick square on a police vehicle. I mean, hopefully it's AI. I mean, it could be AI. I don't know. Right. Yeah, you're gonna have cops going out on disability in like a few years, and then dying from all the fumes they're inhaling. Right. Well, I just don't. I think Trump should keep it professional and drop the whole new scum and all that. Just be the professional one. Let them play the game. Right. Well, I think it could end up many different places, different courtrooms and things for different purposes. Oh God! Right. So, thank you, Larry. The problem is that no matter what you do, if there's an economic issue down the road, right, I don't know if we're going to get anywhere. Right. That's why things like tariffs are dangerous at times. Well, your idea is that someday it'll fix, but you don't know what that day is. It could be 50 elections, but not 50, but quite a few elections. Well, they're just going to do what you're doing. Or maybe not, because I don't think Biden... I told him undo the tariffs. Get the price of things down. He's like an idiot. Right. If Biden undid the tariffs, he may have been able to fight inflation, and then he might, been a little easier to win. But that whole Israeli thing angered the Arabic people. Right. But now they're all mad because everybody's getting deported. Their relatives can't come for Ramadan because they're from a certain country. Right? It's a nice beginning to cleaning the apartment for move out. Right. again now. And just run with it as soon as this is done. 'Cause what is it? It's already already June. Summer will go quick. I have no idea where I'm moving to. I really don't. Right. Don't need to paint it while you live here, you know. Right. I have some paint, but I don't even know if it's good anymore. So you really can't live in these apartments more than a couple years. Like I said, I should have moved out after a year and just said to hell with it. Right. Most of the trouble came that second year. Almost right away, really. Right. Just not a man of means, so it's difficult to keep moving around. And I was focusing on that ark, you know, spiritual things. And just building the ark. All right. Where are we at here? I was trying to get back to looking at X, but it didn't look like it was working. That's actually, though, a Mexican response. This should not happen in response to ICE executing warrants. That's the Mexican response. Right. That's actually the Mexican cartel response. So the question is that who's doing it? Yeah. Thank you, Larry. A little bit, I'm going to go to my storage unit and get my other shelving unit. Bring that in. I was in the middle of something when this all, you know, when I got sick and all that. I was trying to build these shelving units, and then I bought some extra curtains to kind of make it look dressier, and it just never happened. You know, they may have went overboard trying to stop me from getting surgery. That's their MO. It may have made me so sick that I almost died, I guess. I could have died if I didn't figure out what it was and get it taken care of. They're murderers and their father's the devil, there's no doubt. Let me see if I can get this to work. The OBS window capture wasn't working, which it works better on the other one, but the other one doesn't have the mix box, I don't think. What is it called? AI tried to tell me it did, and then I researched it further. I'm like, doesn't have it. Now, there's a way to do it. I actually did rig it up so it worked. You have to go into the mix box first, and then make it out like a cable, one of those cable apps or whatever. And, right. So it did work. Okay, but I can't, it doesn't scale right. So I'm not sure how to do it. I have to change the scale on it. That's not. It's too big. Oh, I know how to do it. That's right, I do it over here. Oh, it's not working now. I'm gonna have to do it the other way next time. I figured out a way to make it. Oh wait, everything's going wacky here. This whole thing's messed up now. Okay, let me see window. I can get rid of that. I just trash it somehow. There. Fix that a little bit. Oh well, that's not gonna be able to be changed. Well, stay peaceful, praise God.